Hello, welcome to the vlog. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Ruby, this is Ruby Red, and today I'm doing this or that controls the vlog. Does that make sense? It will soon. I've been waiting to do this video for a while because I used to see these book themed this or that things showing up on Instagram a lot, where you would just circle one or the other for each of the kind of categories and then post that in your story. And I started making a list. And so I created a list of this or that's, all book themed, and I put them in this little baggie. And so the way that this will work is that I will propose 2 options for something I want to do, this or that, and then I will pick one out of the baggie and then assign the this and the that to the thing I want to do, and then whatever is on this, like that's how I choose. And I highlighted my answer on each of these so that I can't cheat it, okay? So if it doesn't make sense now, it will once we get going, I think. So the first issue at hand is what I'm going to be reading first today. I would like, right now, I think, to go somewhere outside and read my book. So first we're gonna pick the book. I could either read this, which is, this book is overdue, or I could read that, which is Migrations, which is a library book that I started last week. This, that, okay? And so now I will go in here and pull this out. Okay, multiple books or one at a time? I think, obviously, it's multiple books. I prefer to read multiple books versus just reading one book after the other. Every book isn't right for every moment, okay? So, yeah, multiple books, which is the this. So that means that I'll be starting my day reading This Book Is Overdue. Do you get it? Okay, great, because the next option that we have here is that I could take this book and go down by the bay to read, or I could just put out a blanket outside my apartment complex. And I would really prefer to go to the bay. Let's see. Okay. New or used? Now, this one is close. This one's tricky, but yeah, it is used. I feel like I haven't been buying a lot of used books lately, but overall, I do like to acquire a book that somebody else has read. I just like, there's something that I like about a worn-in book, or like, yeah, like with somebody else's notes, even like an annotated book, that's fun to me, or with like dog-eared pages. Yeah, I like the feeling of a used book. So that means that I'm just going to go read outside by the apartment. Maybe I'm gonna stretch it and I'm gonna walk to the park that's near my apartment. It's like not right outside, but it's like really close. It's closer than the bay. But they might be having like soccer camp there today or something. We'll have to see how that shakes out. But okay, I'm taking my book. I'm going somewhere. And I'm taking my coffee too. Okay. I'll be back when I have to make another decision. Okay, we did end up walking over to the park to try to read there for a little bit. We did read for a little bit, but Carbon really doesn't like laying in grass that's not directly outside of our apartment for some reason. So we did not stay there for very long, but now it's time to find out what we're gonna do for lunch. So we could either, I'll make lunch here, or Connor will order us lunch. So let's see what we got. It's gonna be kind of hard to do this one-handed. Okay, wait, what did I say? I make lunch or you order lunch? Because what I got was hero or anti-hero, and I'm gonna have to say anti-hero, which means that Connor orders us lunch.
Oh, great. I can do that.
And the explanation of this, I guess, is just that I feel like it's generally more interesting to read an anti-hero, like a character that you can't root for all the way because they're like not totally good, morally gray, or even just like straight up bad. Like I feel like I said in something that like I kind of like reading about bad characters. So that's what's up. Who knows what we're gonna have for lunch, but I'll let you know. And I'm probably gonna keep reading my nonfiction book that I was reading at the park. Okay, thank you. Okay, it has been some time. I was reading my selected book. I had lunch, which was delicious, while we watched some Avatar, and now I have to make another choice. I could either read something else or keep reading that. Reading is this, or editing. I have a vlog that I need to spend some time editing this weekend, so I could do that now or I could do it tomorrow. So let's see what my little pouch has in store. This is reading, that is editing. Okay. Ooh, mood read or TBR. That's hilarious. It's TBR. No, oh my god, it's mood read. Wow, I can't believe I misspoke so egregiously. Definitely mood read. You guys know I cannot stick to a TBR. Never have, never will. It's impossible. I don't get it. It's not for me. So I'm gonna keep reading. So I guess actually let's do another one. Should I keep reading my... No. This is gonna be read Migrations, and that is gonna be keep reading my library book. Let's see. Okay, annotate with sticky tabs or a pen. So for me, it's a pen. So that means I keep reading my library book, which is actually not a book from the library, it's just a book about libraries. And the annotation thing, I'm a pen girly. I'll just go into a book with a pen, any pen, and underline stuff, or like write a little note, or like draw a star or a heart or something. That's that, and now I'm gonna go back to reading my librarian book. To do some editing, so I think I'll do that after dinner. First though, like what should I have for dinner? Options are because I had kind of a big lunch, but if I don't eat dinner now it's gonna like feel too late. So this or that. I could make a smoothie or a wrap of some sort. This is hard to do with one hand. Okay. Oh my god. Day reading or night reading. So, I mean, I love to read at all times, but I do mostly read at night. It's night reading. The answer, oh my god, why? The answer is night reading. Can you see this? Yeah, I mostly read at night, and I like kind of to stay up late reading. I think that's really fun. Whereas like waking up early to read is not fun. So that's that. And I guess I'm gonna make a little wrap situation. Stay tuned to find out what that means. morning. I'm back with my little baggie and to chat a little bit. I did not sleep very well. It took me so long to fall asleep, so then I ended up sleeping in this morning. So now it's like kind of late in the day. To me, it's like about 9. And Connor already left and went to the beach with Carbon. So I have my morning alone, basically. And so I want to talk about the books, first of all, because I neglected that yesterday. And then we're gonna decide where and what I'm gonna do for coffee. So, the books, the first book I was reading yesterday is this, The Dust Jacket, who knows? This book is Overdue by Marilyn Johnson. This was Connor's pick for June, and I am reading it. And it's just about librarianship intersecting with technology and its uses and advantages and stuff, but it is from 2010, so it is a little bit out of date. It's a lot out of date. Like, there have been huge leaps and bounds in technology since then, so yeah, this is not the most current, but the attitude of it I think is still current. There's been stuff about the Patriot Act. There's been stuff about technology skills, teaching technology, and also about radical librarians. It's just got a lot of small topics that it's talking about that, again, even if the actual technology is no longer current, I think the attitudes are. So I'm really enjoying this, and it also just has a very hopeful and like optimistic take on not just like the field and the concept of librarians, but about like I don't know, information and all that. So I do like reading this, even though it's old. And the other book I'm reading is Migrations by, who's this by? Charlotte McConaghy? And this is about a woman who is studying Arctic terns, which there are very few left. I'm pretty sure that that is not true, or maybe it is true. I don't know like what, if this is meant to be in like a near future situation. I don't actually know about the Arctic terns and if they're okay, but this woman is following the Arctic terns. She has tagged some of them, and they have a migration that goes from like the Arctic to the Antarctic and back in a year. It's the longest bird migration, and they're dying out. So she is on this mission to sort of follow them and find out maybe like how to help these birds and how to help them like revive their populations, basically, so that we don't lose yet another species. So it is climate fiction, as they say. That's why I'm reading it for my TBR prompt. And I really like the way that it's written. So it's going back and forth in time, sort of to our narrator's, you know, how she was raised, how she grew up. It seems like her life has been full of migrations and she is not well. So there is a darker element to this, this like shared migration that she's having with these birds, and she's following the birds by having weaseled her way onto a fishing vessel. And she is an environmental scientist concerned with the loss of biodiversity, and so for her to be on this fishing vessel is just bringing some complex feelings up, I guess. There haven't been too many like real conversations about it, but she knows like these are a group of people like trying to make a living, this is the only thing they know how to do, etc. But she is also like, how can you be doing this? Like, don't you know that you're part of like something that is so damaging? Like, how can you keep doing this job? And they're like, we are this job, we have to keep doing it. Like, I don't know, it's, so that's, I like the way that that's being written about, because I think that's the thing, isn't it? Like, there are so many people whose livelihoods depend on destroying our livelihood. So yeah, I really do enjoy reading that. It is a little bit dark. There's something weird going on with her husband, in my opinion. So that's the books. And now we're going to select my morning coffee. So first let's decide where to go. I could go, yesterday I went to our like, you know, local independent shop. So that's my this, or that I could go to Starbucks, and that doubles. My order will change depending on where I go. So this is local, that is Starbucks. Ooh, okay, audiobook or ebook. So ebook. I mean, I love audiobooks, but I think if I had to like give one up, it would be audiobooks. So I went to Starbucks. So what should I get? Okay, there's nothing in the summer menu that's like I care about. So I'm either gonna get an iced dirty chai, or I'll get an iced shaken espresso. The toasted vanilla one is the one I prefer. So this is dirty chai, that is shaken espresso. Okay, series or standalone. And this has actually become more complicated recently for me, because I love a series. Like when you can dive into something and know that like there's more, like that feels great. So I sometimes like maybe will have more fun reading a series than I would a standalone, but just because there's more book, like standalones can pack just as good of a punch. And I think if I were to try and cut one out, I would be cutting out the series. Like I think I am more of a standalone reader than a series reader, as evidenced by my little paper there. And so that means we're getting shaken espresso, the toasted vanilla. The brown sugar one I also like, but the toasted vanilla, I don't know, something about her. So I'm gonna go to Starbucks. I have reading sprints in about an hour and a half, so it will be fun to do a little strolling on my way. I don't have an audiobook right now, but I might just listen to music or podcasts, who knows. I've been getting back to podcasts a little bit. I just have been really struggling to, not even struggling, I just like, I don't have an audiobook that I'm super hyped on. I listened to a ton of audiobooks, I think, over Wonderthon. Maybe I'm still a little bit burnt out about that, but I have been wanting to get back to podcasts. So actually, if you could leave podcast recommendations down below, let me tell you a little bit about what I'm looking for. What I really want is, first of all, it has to be interesting. I don't want a funny podcast. I don't mind if it is funny, but I don't want it to be like mainly funny. And I don't like when there is like 15 minutes of like chatting about nothing at the beginning. Because I want to skip that. But mostly like I want to be like learning something. I'm like interested in things. So I want a podcast that's like about something. The one that I have been going back to very recently is Ologies, where Allie Ward interviews experts in various fields or topics, like all topics. So there's a wide range of subjects. I always am so intrigued, and Allie can really make anybody's interview like be fun. So I love that. I've loved Gastropod. I used to listen to like Milk Street and the Bon Appetit pod. I liked that for a while. I used to listen to a mythology one. I sometimes listen to On Being, but that one, like, there's a lot of skips. I want an interesting podcast with no skips. I did, of course, listen to My Favorite Murder for a long time, but I'm kind of over it. So podcast Rex, thank you. All right, so I took a kind of a longer walk to get and then like come home with my coffee, which was really nice. And then I hopped on sprints with Lizzie and Martine, and that was really fun. We read for about 2 hours, I think, maybe less than that. They were not super long sprints, but it was really nice to see Lizzie and Martine, of course, and just like chit chat like a little bit and read. So I was initially reading my library book, the book about libraries, which was interesting. And then for the last sprint, I think only, I read Migrations, which I really like this book. I am about halfway done now. And I think what I just want to emphasize now is that, I don't know, I feel like earlier the way I was talking about it made it seem like it was mostly about like climate and like anti-fishing, which is not true. That's something that is included. It is like an element of the story, and like what the book is about, but there is so much else going on, and this is like a story about, honestly, like a troubled woman. I'm learning more and more about her past and how that's manifesting in like really destructive behavior in her present, and like the dangers of being in the ocean, and just like, I don't know, she's just so full of grief. It's really, I don't know, I was getting a little bit emotional earlier about it, but I really enjoy it. And I'm so glad I'm reading it, and now I'm even more intrigued to read this author's other book, which is about wolves, which I initially was more intrigued to read, but then this is the one that my library had. But anyway, great day. I have a pile of laundry behind me that I started to fold, and then I went back to reading. So I think now I'm gonna say, well, I guess I kind of want to have lunch. So I'm gonna have lunch. I'm probably gonna have something similar to what I had for dinner, where I just put, maybe I'll do like a veggie burger and a salad into a tortilla. I've just been really liking that lately. That's probably on the menu, but then after that, should I pick an audiobook to listen to while I do the laundry, or should I watch something? Yeah, audiobook, watch something. There's a lot left in here, and I really wanted to get through all of them this weekend. Okay. Hardcover or paperback. Despite the fact that the reading in this so far has been hardcover only, it's paperback. So that means while I do the laundry, I'm gonna watch something. So should I watch Will Trent, which I didn't read those books, but I have been watching the series. So I think I have like maybe 1 or 2 episodes left, I hope. Okay, so should I watch Will Trent or should I watch YouTube? I'm still kind of behind. I'm definitely behind on Friends videos. I got behind during Wonderthon, not even just Friends, but like everybody. Should I watch Will Trent or should I watch YouTube videos? Okay, do I like character-driven stories or plot-driven stories? It's absolutely character-driven stories. Proof. Yeah, I mean, a plot is all well and good, but to me, like, if the characters aren't good, or, you know, not like good, but like interesting, well written, like, you know, if I don't have characters to work with, I'm not going to enjoy the plot. But if I do have good characters, I don't need a plot. But like, a plot needs characters for me. So yeah, character driven is highly preferable to me, which means that I'm going to be watching Will Trent. So sorry to my watch later list, honestly. All right, so I was feeling pretty low energy by Sunday night. I kind of feel like the whole vlog was lacking in action. So we're gonna get a bonus day to the weekend vlog. It's today, because I have more of these things. So let's see what we're gonna do today. I do have some work that I'd like to get done, and I would also like to get it done out of the house. So we're gonna pick which library I head to finish up this assignment. So I could go to the Central branch, or I could go to the North Park branch. Those are the two that I like to work at. Dog ear or bookmarks? And it's dog ear. I'm not wholly opposed to bookmarks, but I do not use them religiously, and I do dog ear books, whether it's to mark the page I'm at or just to mark a page I want to come back to, either because there was something there I wanted to look up, I do that a lot, or something I wanted to write down or whatever. So that means that we're going to the Central Library, which is good because I haven't been there in a while, and I already checked there is no Padres game, which means I should be able to park in the lot. So I'm gonna finish up my coffee and then pack up my stuff and head over to the library to finish my homework. Yay! Okay, here I am at the North Park Library because as I was on my way to the Central Library, there was a sign on the highway saying there's an event at Petco Park today, so like use a different exit because there's going to be traffic over there. And the central branch of the library is right next to Petco Park, which is the Padres stadium, so overflow parking will fill the library parking lot, which is cruel. So yeah, I changed gears and I came here to North Park. I do like this library too. I do have just a little bit of work I need to do, so I also brought my Kindle and I'm hoping to read on my Kindle because I feel like I haven't been, and that's because my ebook right now is a little bit challenging. It is What My Bones Know by Stephanie Fu, and the whole first portion of that book is her describing in great detail the like verbal, emotional, and physical abuse that she went through. So it's not like good bedtime reading basically. So I'm hoping to like get through most of the first part today so that maybe it can be bedtime reading later. Okay. All right, I'm so sweaty in my car. Let's go inside. Okay, I did what I wanted to do at the library. Well, not really, because I didn't read my ebook at all, but I wanted to come home, so here I am. And now the decision that needs to be made is whether I should do some chores, namely just I want to clean the bedroom and change the sheets, or if I should just take myself to the pool to read. So, okay, read every word or skim. Let's read every word. You guys know I can't skim. Okay, so I guess it's time to change the sheets. And then I'm gonna go to the pool and read. And I guess I will use, there's a few left in here. So I will use these to pick what book I bring with me to the pool. How's that? Okay, ready, set, go. Okay, the bed is made. Fresh sheets, nice and clean and happy. So now I want to go to the pool. So am I gonna bring a physical book or my Kindle? One-handed, it's hard again. Okay, hold on. Okay, what did I say? Physical book or Kindle? This says happy ending or tragic ending. And I'm gonna go with tragic ending. You can see here on this little slip. A happy ending is fine. I'm not like anti-happy ending, but if I had to choose, generally like a more tragic ending is more interesting and can be more impactful. Like, I wouldn't want to only read books with one or the other. But if like I had to read 5 books that had one or the other in a row, I would definitely rather read 5 tragic books than 5 happy ending books in a row. So that means I'm bringing my Kindle to the pool. Let's go. Okay, we are about to have dinner, and I thought maybe one of the last things that this could decide for me is what we watch while we enjoy dinner. Sorry if you can hear Carbon enjoying his dinner. Right now we're watching Avatar: The Last Airbender and Lie to Me. So Avatar or Lie to Me, that's the this or that. Here's our little paper. Okay, read aloud or be read to. I do like to be read to, but I prefer slightly reading aloud, as you can see. So that means we're gonna watch Avatar with dinner, which is what we did the last time I was eating dinner in this vlog, which is kind of funny. But anyway, thanks. I'll try to ask you're not doing anything. I'll try to ask the little paper slips one more thing before we close out this video. And I'll talk about what I read at the pool, maybe. Okay, so I said that I would talk to you about what I read at the pool, and I will briefly just let you know that I was reading What My Bones Know by Stephanie Fu, which is a book about complex PTSD. And it is a tough read, but I have been I guess I haven't been enjoying it, but I do think that the way it's written, I like it talks about such tough topics. It goes into such detail about Stephanie's abuse that it's really hard to read. And also then the ways that she sort of spends most of her adult life torturing herself, like, was hard. But I think like the tone of it, it's very readable. I think it would be a great audiobook probably. Yeah, it's heavy, but I'm glad I'm reading it. I will keep reading it. I just finished part 1 today, so that's great. And I'm almost done with This Book Is Overdue. So sorry I'm not finishing any books in this vlog, but I'm gonna finish that one soon. And I'm excited to dig into Migrations. I'll probably try to finish that this weekend. Like, I'll set aside some time when I can just like spend a lot of time reading, because like today I was running around a little bit. I had homework, I had housework. Like, I want to spend just like a few hours somewhere reading, but not in this video. I hope that you will share some of your own opinions on all of these conflicts down below. I would love to know some of your own reading preferences, and I'm just glad that you were here with me. I hope that you enjoyed this like kind of regular vlog where I didn't finish a book. So thank you so much. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.